Students, your preliminary have been completed yesterday, 24th of May. As my assumptions, if you are getting 50% or round about 50% in your general study paper, you will go through in May for the mains examinations. And for the preparations of mains, I am going to priorly start our mains test series or question analysis program on GS Economy. Prior to start today previous year questions 2021, I would like to suggest to all of you that you should go through infrastructure development recent and past. One main question expected from this topic. Latest development on infrastructure you have to clear yourself. And if you are interested to come to me or online classes, you can enjoy this. I am also calculating and identify some data for your betterment because without data, the answer writing on Indian economy is worthless. There is no utility. That is why I am suggesting you to current update your data. You can do that on my online and offline classes because this program for GS Economy will be short-term program, 20-hour program for mains where I will discuss round about 50 questions, more expected topics where UPSC can ask the questions. It is our expectations and rational expectations. In this series, today I will discuss previous year questions which were asked in 2021. 250 words, 15 marks question is there. And question is very clear if you go through deeply this question. Investment in infrastructure is essential for more rapid and inclusive economic growth. Discuss in the light of India's experience. First, you find out the question key point, that is investment in infrastructure. Further, essential for more rapid and inclusive economic growth. Means if we like to achieve more rapid and inclusive economic growth, then definitely we have to invest in infrastructure, specifically public sector investment in infrastructure. This is the key point. What you have to write down, student, you should be very clear. There are the three parts of this question: introduction, expansion, and conclusion. Your introduction should be based on your key point, that is public sector investment in infrastructure is the key of more rapid and inclusive economic growth. You will introduce yourself, why you can take some data in your introduction, or you can use this data in your expansion. Your introduction should be around about 25 words, expansion should be 50 words, conclusion should be 25 words. In this way, the structure, if you go through the question answer, carry introduction 25 words, expansion 200 words, conclusion 25 words. Here you will discuss at least 4.1, 2, 3 and 4. What kinds of explanation? As I told you, you will say, as our past experience, investment in infrastructure show the multiplier effect as empirical studies. So I write down here data. You can also understand what is the multiplier. You can go through my previous year optional classes. When we increase 1 rupee investment in infrastructure development, then it increases the GDP 2.5 rupees to 3.5 rupees. It means 1 rupee expenditure or investment in infrastructure will increase our GDP by 2.5 to 3.5 rupees. That is the multiplier effect, means more rapid economic growth we will achieve. And why it will be inclusive? Now you have to explain in your expansion point number first. You will clarify there are the two kinds of infrastructure, that is social and physical. In physical infrastructure will include road, waterways, railways, airways, electricity, irrigation in rural India. These are our physical infrastructure. In social infrastructure and That is, digital infrastructure also is the part of our physical infrastructure. In social infrastructure, you will include the health, education, sanitation infrastructure, investment. That kinds of, first of all, you will discuss here. Number second point, our different program like PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, priorly Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, multiple programs were there. One or two are necessary to write down here. Definitely, you have to elaborate here in second point. These kinds of program going to enhance the target of inclusive development, which you will explain in third point. First, you discuss only what is the multiplier effect and government expenditure, public sector expenditure on infrastructure development. You will code in second para as I find out research and develop some data from economic survey. In financial year 2019, India's government public sector investment in infrastructure development was 3.07 lakh crore, which increased in financial year 2022 by 5.92 lakh crore rupees, and there were the growth in public sector investment in infrastructure development by 92%. Second, you will say in financial year 2026, public sector investment in infrastructure was 11.2 lakh. That is allocation. No actual data will come in next year. This is allocation by the government in financial year 2026, and it increased by 89% with respect to financial year 2022. Public sector investment in infrastructure development. Further, that kinds of investment, if I increasing consistently, growth rate is very high, 92%, 89%. That definitely it will grow the GDP growth rate, as you can see in previous year. Despite global recession, warlike and war conditions in global economy, where the global economic growth rate is comparatively low and face the situations of that is depression, or you can say slowdown in the economy, but Indian economy growing very well because of that kinds of investment. You will further explain in your second point. Third point, all these kinds of investment due to multiplier impact investment, different sector of the economy, road constructions, waterways construction, etc., will generate enormous opportunity, but crowding in effect motivate the private sector investment, generate further employment opportunity, increasing employment opportunity. And you can quote also the unemployment rate in India since 2019 onward consistently declining up to the level of very low 3.2%. That kinds of achievement. Poverty also declining sharply, and multiple states come out from the vicious circle of poverty. We get Bimaru state like Uttar Pradesh become the Saksham state, multidimensional poverty. As you can see previous my lecture where you will find out the data. And further you will see it will empower the women, SC/ST and OBCs, and it will promote better governance, equal distribution of wealth and income, that you can show by the data. Gini coefficient ratio is decreasing. That kinds of explanation you can use in third topic. And fourth point, which you will use, you will say that kinds of investment pattern is going to achieve the target of more fast, rapid, inclusive growth. And conclude finally that government strategy of development regarding more investment in infrastructure definitely achieving the target, as our previous experience shows that all social indicators are improving consistently. Recently, the data given in Hindu, in fact, mortality rate is decreasing because of better health infrastructure in our economy, more public sector expenditure on health sector, education sector. As you know, in total term of GDP, it is more than 7.2% of GDP. That kinds of investment in social infrastructure is going to improve the quality of life. And recently population census, again government taking HLO data, further population data in February 2027, that will enhance further investment in social infrastructure, which can achieve the desired target of faster, more inclusive development. You can analyze in this way. I am speaking more words, but you have to summarize out of these words. Students, in this way, I conclude this that this is very important questions again in 2026 means, and you should also, I advise you to go through current updates on infrastructure development, how much public sector investment is there, how much private sector investment there, what is multiplier effect, as I gave you. This is the latest data from economic survey. Today sum up, and I will further discuss the expected questions of GS Economics. Thank you, students. If you like my video, subscribe it, and if you are interested, you can participate in my coaching classes online, offline, according to your availability. I decided to cover most expected questions within 20 hours in coming days. If you are interested, then you can comment me and you can call me. My mobile number as I code here 9999237051, or you can call me 9717048051. Whatever you like, you can call me and you can discuss me any issue which you are facing in economics. Thank you, student, and for the next video, you most welcome to see my video. Thank you.